Jasper, and today I thought it'd be fun to do a writing vlog. So I hope you enjoy coming along with me to work. I've already made my coffee, and I'm gonna head out to the backyard. Oh, and shut off lights inside. Don't need the lights on inside. Take my coffee to the backyard. It is an absolutely gorgeous day outside, and I am going to be rewriting some really creepy stuff. I've recently identified some key things about my book that I think will provide a sense of overall unity and will really emphasize the things I was meaning to emphasize, but in my first draft I somehow, wasn't able to do. And so what that means is I have to go back to the beginning of my book and comb through and see how these things are present, if they need to be changed so that they're more present. My neighbor is doing some yard work, it's very loud, sorry. Yeah, so I'm combing back from the very beginning, and what I've just come across now is I've got 2 chapters I want to try to condense. I've been doing this a lot as I've been coming through, and this I think will help to bring a sense of unity, what it is I'm trying to put forward. But it's kind of, sometimes it's tricky to do just on the Word document, so I've decided to print off those 2 chapters, and I'm going to see if I can identify ways I can sort of smoosh them together and accomplish what it is I'm trying to. So what I'm doing here is something I call margin editing. In order to do this, I like to lay out all the pages so I can see them. I'm using rocks to hold them down because of the wind. The main purpose of this form of editing is to establish what is the purpose of each paragraph, and then to identify where there are redundancies, missing links, or how the passage could be better organized. Now, all I need to do is take those edits and apply them into my document. So after I finished applying all the necessary edits to that section, what I did is I took the section which is clipped together, and on top of it, I just wrote myself a few notes, essentially establishing how this section accomplishes the things that I'm trying to get it to accomplish. Like I've talked about, there are a few things that I'm trying to pull through my work to create a sense of continuity and unity in the work as a whole. For myself, there are 3 main things I am focusing on, and so I have 3 different colored cue cards that I'm using, but blue, green, and pink. And so on this section, I had pink and green cards that were necessary. So on this card, I just wrote how this particular problem is addressed and what we see kind of happen with it, and same thing with this one. I also had a yellow piece of paper. This is my to-do list for the day, but I had a yellow piece of paper I put in underneath, and that just was a list of questions that are developed in this chapter, questions that the reader might have or the reader should have. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want to be able to, when I'm done this process of going through and sort of labeling how it is these things are present in that section, I can then spread out these different sections on the floor with this top page on top and see how it is these 3 things thread throughout the story as a whole. And yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. This is just how I like to organize things. This is something I used to do with papers and other editing projects, and so I'm applying it to my story. This is the first time I'm applying it to something so big, but it's kind of an experiment, and we'll see how it goes. I hope you guys had some fun coming along with me as I wrote today. As always, guys, let's be a community of writers who help each other out. Cheers and cheers.
Dum dum dum